My beloved child, stay exactly where you are and listen closely, because the moment you've been warned about has already begun. The system has detected movement that was never meant to be seen by your eyes. A bank account is operating silently in your name, and every single transfer is happening without your hand touching a thing. This isn't ordinary, this isn't random, and it isn't small. Someone close to you knew the doors they were unlocking, and they thought you'd stay blind forever. But heaven is dragging the secret into the light, and you are hearing it before the damage becomes unstoppable. Funds, large, heavy sums that can shift lives overnight, are leaving silently through this account. It is not just numbers, it is your destiny being redirected without your permission. That is why you are being stopped in your path today, because ignoring this means signing away everything that was promised to you. The transfers carry names, codes, and fingerprints, all leading back to a person you never thought would betray you this way. Your trust has been their disguise, your silence their perfect weapon. But now the truth is coming out and nothing will be the same again. The moment the funds started slipping, the universe marked it as a signal. What was hidden in shadows is now being dragged into your awareness with force. This isn't a warning you can postpone, this is happening in real time around you. Every transfer carries weight, not just of money but of power. They are using your name as the shield, your identity as the tool. While you are watching this message, another movement is already in process, another piece of your fortune being shifted behind closed doors. The plan was designed with precision, so you'd never notice. They thought by the time you opened your eyes, it would all be too late. But destiny is bending, ensuring you see the truth before they seal the last transfer. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Your name is written across documents you've never signed. Signatures forged, trails erased, yet heaven records everything. That is why this moment is being pushed in front of you with such urgency. Someone who smiled at you, someone who ate at the same table, has been working under another mask. They made you believe in their innocence while they wrote your downfall in secret. But heaven does not let betrayal last forever. The account is heavy, swollen with transactions that never should have touched your identity. Every deposit and withdrawal is a story, and each one is being uncovered. You were not supposed to know, but now you are chosen to see. They wanted silence, but the truth has a sound that cannot be muted. The sound of your destiny rising above every trap is louder than their whispers. And now that sound is filling your space, telling you that this transfer cannot erase your future. Each time the account shifted, a signal was sent. Not to you, but to heaven itself, because divine law records what man tries to bury. Those records are now being handed to you, line by line, name by name. The betrayal isn't small, it's heavy like chains around your freedom. They tried to bind you without your knowing, thinking they'd win by trickery. But destiny is untying those knots as you listen right now. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Your beloved child, you are not weak, and you are not blind. The reason you're hearing this is because heaven trusts you to handle the truth. And the truth is, what was stolen under your name will soon return to you multiplied. The transfers that left your account in silence will soon roar back with thunder. It won't just be restoration, it will be elevation. Every wrong transaction is being overturned by the higher authority of destiny. Behind the screen, someone is trembling. They know this message has reached you, and their plan is collapsing. Their fear is proof that the power has shifted into your hands. The money trails are not just numbers on a screen, they are footprints leading straight to the betrayer. Every step they took is leaving behind evidence, glowing brighter with each passing moment. And now those footprints are circling back to expose them fully. The hand that pushed these transfers thought it was invisible. They believed the mask they wore would never slip. But destiny is tearing that mask away in front of you so their real face can no longer hide. Heaven never allows injustice to carry on forever. When the scale tips too far, the balance returns with force. That balance is about to crash down, and the one who schemed behind your back will feel the weight. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The account is not theirs, it's tied to your name, your identity, your future. They thought if they could drain it silently, they would also drain your spirit. But what they didn't realize is that heaven has doubled your spirit each time they moved against you. Every illegal transfer is now under watch. Their signatures are glowing like fire in the spiritual realm. The documents they forged are screaming for judgment. Your inheritance cannot be stolen, only delayed. And every delay is now being turned into acceleration. What you were meant to receive is rushing toward you faster than they can stop it. The person who created this secret account believed they were untouchable. They moved money at midnight, shifting funds when the world was asleep. But heaven doesn't sleep, and heaven never forgets. Their greed has blinded them, but your eyes are now open. You are seeing what they tried so hard to cover. And with every second, their carefully built walls are beginning to crack. The account is swollen with stolen sums, but not for long. The very weight of what they took will crush them. Because when you steal destiny, you invite a judgment you cannot escape. Type Amen to get blessing 666. You were never meant to suffer in silence. That is why this truth is arriving like thunder, breaking open everything they tried to hide. Their fear is already trembling in the air around you. The transactions that carried your name were not invisible. Each one was stamped in the eternal record. And that record is now being opened in your favor. Archangel Michael says the chains tied to your identity are being broken. He stands near you, sword raised, cutting through the lies that bound your name to their account. The moment of reversal has begun. The one moving funds under your name thought they had the perfect disguise. They smiled in front of you while secretly stealing behind your back. But now the disguise is shattering like glass under divine fire. Every time they authorized a transfer, heaven marked it. Their fingerprints are all over the trail, no matter how much they tried to wipe them away. And those marks are now rising to the surface for you to see. This isn't just about money, my beloved child, it's about your destiny, your dignity, your divine inheritance. They tried to rewrite your story, but the real script is being handed back to you. And no power on earth can edit what heaven has already sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The account is becoming their downfall. The very thing they created to trap you is turning into a weapon against them. Each secret transfer is about to be reversed with force. The universe is aligning witnesses to expose their betrayal. Numbers, codes, and even the devices they used are crying out against them. There will be no escape when the evidence unfolds. You were chosen to know this before the final strike. That is why you are hearing these words while others are left in the dark. Because your role is not to lose, it is to rise. The betrayal was designed to be silent, but silence cannot last forever. The moment truth enters, every hidden transfer begins to scream. And right now, the screams of those stolen funds are reaching your ears. The name tied to this account was never theirs to use. They forged, they plotted, they executed with precision, but destiny has recorded it all. What they thought was invisible is now undeniable. The money is energy, and energy always returns to its rightful owner. That return is already in motion, rushing toward you like a storm. Nothing can hold back what heaven has released. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They thought they could erase your path by draining your account. But instead, they've triggered a reversal that will shake everything they built in secret. Their downfall is now locked in place. You are not standing alone in this. The divine has surrounded you with unseen protection, ensuring that their hands can no longer reach your inheritance. Every gate they closed is about to open in your favor. Archangel Michael says, "The sword of truth has cut into the darkness." The one who used your name is trembling as their mask slips away. They cannot outrun the justice that has been released. The stolen transfers are like shadows crawling across your destiny, but shadows vanish when the light breaks in. That light is now piercing through every corner of the account tied to your name. And the thief who thought they could hide is now caught in the open. They cannot undo what they've done, because each transaction is recorded both in the system and in the heavens. The trail is glowing brighter, pointing directly back to them. Every stolen amount is screaming for justice. The wealth they thought would bury you is about to bury their own plans. What they used as a trap is turning into their downfall. The more they took, the heavier their judgment has become. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You are standing at the edge of a reversal so massive it will silence every enemy. The account that carried your name falsely will now carry back your true inheritance. And the transfer of wealth will shift directly into your hands. The betrayer is already restless, unable to sleep. Their heart beats fast, knowing their secrets are breaking open. They sense the divine shield has turned against them. This is your appointed moment. What was stolen is being multiplied for you. And soon, you will see the evidence of this shift with your own eyes. The one who dared to open this account in your name thought they were clever. They believed you would never discover the secret streams of money flowing behind your back. But what they forgot is that heaven always reveals the hidden. Each transfer they made carried more than just numbers, it carried the weight of their betrayal. And now that weight is too heavy for them to hold. Their own greed has become a stone crushing their chest. You were never meant to live in loss. That is why this moment has arrived, to remind you that destiny cannot be stolen. What was written for you will always find its way home. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The account is trembling under divine judgment. What was once a tool to rob you is now a stage for their exposure. Every detail is surfacing like fire burning through paper. Even the devices they used are betraying them. Emails, passwords, and hidden codes are shouting their names. Their plan is collapsing from the inside out. Archangel Michael says, stand firm, because justice is already here. The sword has cut the ties binding your name to corruption. The chains are falling, and freedom is flooding back into your life. The moment their hands touched your identity, they sealed their own fate. They thought they could sign papers, move funds, and vanish like smoke. But smoke always clears, and the truth always remains. Every illegal move they made has carved scars into their own destiny. You are not the one trapped anymore, they are. The walls are closing in on them, and there is no way out. The account is reversing. The same pathway they used to drain you is being turned around, forcing everything back. What they thought was theirs will never stay in their hands. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Your name is glowing in divine light, cleansed from every false connection. No shadow can hold it anymore, no scheme can chain it again. The identity they misused is being restored with strength. Sleepless nights are their punishment. They hear echoes of what they did, even in silence. And with every beat of their heart, guilt is tightening like a rope. Your breakthrough is already written. What seemed lost forever will reappear in greater form. This is not just restoration, it is overflow. The secret they thought was buried is rising like fire from the ashes. Every hidden document, every false signature, is glowing under divine judgment. Nothing they forged can stay covered anymore. The money they touched was never theirs, and it carries your name carved in destiny. Each note, each transfer, has been crying out for you. And now those cries are reaching back into your hands. They thought betrayal would make them powerful. But betrayal only weakens the soul, and their weakness is showing. The empire they tried to build on your downfall is shaking violently. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The divine is turning the tables. What was set up against you is becoming the very stage of their destruction. They cannot escape the spotlight that heaven has placed on them. You will see signs of reversal in ways you cannot ignore. Unexpected messages, sudden breakthroughs, and doors that had been locked are opening. Each sign is proof that justice is already moving. The account tied to your name is no longer a trap. It is a channel of blessing, a river of abundance flowing back to you. And no one can block what heaven has released. The one who used your name thought they were clever enough to erase every trace. They believed no one would ever link the transfers back to them. But heaven's light cuts through the darkest shadows. Every movement of money has become a testimony. The records that were hidden in silence are now shouting in truth. And their secrets are collapsing faster than they can cover them. Your destiny cannot be locked in a vault by human hands. What belongs to you will always return, no matter how far they tried to carry it. The energy of justice is pulling everything back into your reach. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The fear inside them is louder than their greed now. They cannot rest, they cannot hide, because the truth keeps chasing them. Even in their quiet moments, guilt is roaring in their ears. This is not the end for you, it is the beginning of something far greater. What was taken is becoming the seed of overflow. You are stepping into a season where restoration will shock even you. Archangel Michael says, the sword of fire has already severed their grip. The account is breaking free from corruption, and your name is shining in purity again. Nothing can chain it ever again. The transfers were meant to empty you, but they are emptying the betrayer instead. Each move they made against you is turning into a chain around their own neck. And the very system they trusted is testifying against them. You were never meant to lose your inheritance. The reason this message reached you today is because reversal has already begun. What they thought would end your story is fueling your rise. Every transaction is now glowing with evidence. It doesn't matter how many fake names or codes they used. Their trail is carved too deep to ever be erased. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The account is shifting from curse to blessing. Where loss once flowed, increase is about to pour in. Every transfer out is being rewritten as a transfer back. Your identity is being lifted into a place of honor. No lie can attach itself to your name anymore. What they misused is being cleansed forever. Their fear is proof that heaven's hand is at work. They are running out of time, running out of power, running out of hiding places. The justice they tried to escape is standing right at their door. The wealth they shifted under your name is now like fire in their hands. What they thought would make them rich is burning through their peace. Every coin they touched carries the weight of judgment. You are not abandoned, my beloved child. This entire exposure is proof that heaven is on your side. That is why you are being shown every hidden move before the final strike. They tried to silence you by stealing in secret. But their secret has become their downfall. The louder they tried to hide, the faster the truth spread. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The account is glowing like a beacon now. Investigations, divine and earthly, are circling closer and closer. Their time of hiding is over. Each forged signature is turning into evidence. Each false transfer is now a testimony against them. And every line of their plot is being shredded apart. Archangel Michael says, their schemes are collapsing under the sword of justice. What they built on your name is sinking like sand. But you are standing on solid ground, untouched by their destruction. The stolen money is restless in their possession. It was never aligned with their destiny, and that's why it cannot stay. The energy of what belongs to you is pulling it back with force. Their greed has chained them tighter than they imagined. Every night they hear whispers of exposure. The very thing they thought would secure their future is destroying it. You are standing at the doorway of restoration. The tide has already turned, and the flood of reversal is unstoppable. Soon, every loss will be counted as gain in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The account that once carried lies is now being purified. Transactions are being revealed one by one, like hidden letters on a burning page. Nothing false can survive the fire. Even their closest allies are turning away. Those who helped them once are now fearing the storm that follows. Betrayal has no loyalty, and it always collapses from within. This moment is proof that justice is alive. What they wrote against you is being erased. And what was promised to you is being stamped in bold letters across your destiny. The betrayer cannot carry this weight any longer. Every transfer they made is echoing in their spirit, louder than their heartbeat. They are trapped in the very net they wove for you. You are the chosen one to see this revelation. Others remain blind, but your eyes are being opened wide. The reason is simple. Your destiny cannot be stolen, only delayed. The account has turned against them. The very funds they shifted are like witnesses, standing in judgment. Their greed has written their downfall with its own hand. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The power they thought they had is slipping away. Their influence, their confidence, their secrets, everything is crumbling. They cannot outrun the truth that is catching up with them. Your restoration is bigger than the theft. Every loss is multiplying into a return so great that even you will be shocked. What was drained is coming back with overflow. Archangel Michael says the doors of abundance are already opening. The chains that tied your name to their lies have been cut. Now, nothing can hold back the blessings racing toward you. The secret account they created under your name is shaking apart. What they thought was secure is leaking evidence everywhere. No lock can keep the truth hidden now. Every transaction is speaking louder than their lies. Each forged entry is like a spotlight shining on their betrayal. The walls they built are falling down one by one. Your name is being lifted above corruption. The stains they placed on it are washing away in front of all. And soon, everyone will know who was innocent and who was guilty. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The flow of money is reversing direction. Where loss once poured out, abundance is about to flood in. The divine has commanded the turnaround. Their greed blinded them to the danger of touching what was not theirs. Now that danger is swallowing them whole. What they used against you is destroying them from within. Archangel Michael says the account of lies is collapsing, and the account of truth is rising. You are being written into a new chapter of wealth and freedom. And no power can stop this shift. The moment their hand touched your destiny, the countdown of their own fall began. They thought using your name would open doors, but those same doors are now slamming shut on them. The clock of justice is ticking louder than ever. Every false transaction they pushed through is now alive as evidence. It doesn't matter how well they hid their steps, heaven has every detail recorded. The trail is clear, and it leads straight back to them. You were never forgotten in this process. Even when they believed you were powerless, divine eyes were on you. That's why the exposure is happening now with unstoppable force. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Their fear is increasing with every passing hour. They cannot eat, cannot sleep, because the shadow of truth follows them everywhere. Their whispers of victory have turned into cries of panic. The account is no longer their weapon. It has transformed into their downfall. The very foundation of their scheme is breaking apart beneath their feet. Your restoration is not just financial, it is spiritual, emotional, and generational. What was blocked for years is being opened in a single sweep. And once it begins, nothing will stop the flood.